Okay. So, we just got to the castle. You probably saw we didn't do anything in here. We just straight went to the typewriter. I like the I like I don't know. I guess you would still consider it architecture. I don't know. Like whatever you call this stuff, the decoration. In the original, they weren't chandeliers. They were literally like statues hanging from the ceiling, I'm pretty sure. But I don't know if that's physically possible with stone. I think it would just like fall. 'Cause there's different types of strengths to material. Like if something's strong when you pull it apart, it's not necessarily strong when you crush it together. And stone has like a lot of strength, like compression strength. So you can put weight on it and it'll be fine, but it doesn't have a lot of tensile strength. So if you pull on it, it will just pull apart eventually. Maybe it's copper and empty inside. I think these are fine. These are plausible because you hang the chandelier at some point. Yeah, it does look kind of heavy, but yeah, it could be hollow on the inside. It probably would be hollow on the inside. And then they're suspended with chain, which you could get it up there with like a pulley or something like that. But if it was like straight rock, like if it was just the stone coming out of the ceiling, I don't think it would be
Gun rhymes with fun
I don't
for
think
a
it would
reason,
be physically
stranger.
possible. It it could maybe be possible if you had like some sort of like structural support down the center of it, like a metal framework in the middle and then the stone on the outside like cement.
A most warm welcome.
He said
My
gun runs
master.
with fun for a
Such a
reason.
pleasure to finally make your acquaintance, Mr. Kennedy.
Who the hell are you?
Me? Oh, please, call me Ramon. And allow me to get straight to the point. I would like you to hand the girl there over to me. Now.
Yeah, fat chance, Ramon. The girl's just fine. With me.
Mr. Kennedy.
Yeah,
Mr.
he does.
Kennedy. How novel. Nonetheless, you see, the girl must be ours. With a girl as the very source, your United States and then the entire world shall overflow with his grace. For that is the iron will of my master, the most holy, Lord Sadler. So then, you will comply. Yes?
Never.
You heard the lady.
How unfortunate. Do make sure our guest feels at home, now that he has chosen death.
As far as characters go, I think his character was better in the original. Like his appearance.
Watch out!
See how they have weapons that are there's spiked balls on top of a chain?
Hang in there.
Leave me alone!
Ashley!
Fuck. Fucked up. You see how it's hold on, I'll kill this one first. Fuck. Stage. I forgot that one's a dodge.
Next.
Alright. So you see how it's a spiked ball or a spiked squarey thingy on a chain, and then it's got the handle?
You okay?
Yeah.
Because it's on a chain, of course. Because it's on a chain, you cannot parry it. Because if you tried to parry it, whatever you parry with is just gonna, it's gonna contact the chain, and then the head will swing around the object that you're using, and still strike the whoever's trying to make the parry. Anyway, I kill him now. But like if you swung it, obviously it would be in a straight line, and then it would bend around like this. If there was like if you tried to block it with like a sword, or if you tried to parry it, it would bend around that and still hit you on the other side of it. But it lets you parry it in game. I don't know why. I have no idea.
Come on.
Hang on.
Be careful.
It's open.
There's another one where there's no way for him to actually see that it's unlockable from that side. I thought that the spikes exist so that hitting you would be inevitable. The spikes are to do damage just by being pointy, but the chain is there so that hitting is inevitable. As long as you swing it, it's pretty much gonna hurt them. There's not really anything they can do about it. Like, similarly, you can't parry like a whip or other similar weapons. Really, the main two are just whips and flails, but like anything on a chain, like a chain knife or a rope dart. There are a few other examples of things that are like that where you can't parry them at all. In the parade, especially. Yeah, exactly. The chain will collide with the knife and it'll hit you either way at the end. The other notable example of one that is like nunchucks. Nunchucks you can't parry, but technically nunchucks are a type of flail.
Spread out. With me.
But yeah. Technically, a chain knife and a rope dart is also a flail, but
Be careful.
there's specific examples. Spread. I said spread? Oh, he said spread out, yeah.
Poor bastard. That's no way to go.
I was awoken in the middle of the night, once again. It's those awful noises coming from the basement. The sounds of nails clawing at the stone walls, and the writhing moan of curses. That man harbors enough hate to ruin this world. He once served the lord of the castle as the torturer, like his father and grandfather before him. It's one of the more unsightly legacies left by the Salazar family. Even among his family, he was special. He enjoyed his work wholeheartedly and had a talent for it. He was gifted at tormenting others. His ability soon attracted the master's interest. And when he took him to the dungeon... No, I can't write anymore. I won't. I don't want to recall what happened down there. My mind can't take it. It will break me. I was ordered to attend to him, to feed him, dispose of the filth, all while listening to that wretched voice every night. I can't take it anymore. I've had enough. I will not tolerate one more night in this castle. I shall leave tomorrow, go far away, where that voice cannot reach my ears. You recognize some of these from Amnesia, no doubt. Or maybe we didn't get that far yet. The handcuffs, at least, though. This one is a true French classic. But anyway.
What was that? Do they keep animals down here or something?
Oh fuck, we forgot that. It's okay. The worst gaming chair. The light is lost.
Can't see me.
Yeah. The guillotine. And then I thought I mean, yeah, if it sets you back a little bit, that's fine. His legs are kind of stubby, don't you think? It seems like his torso is really long, like compared to it. Yeah. Anyway.
Gotcha.
Oh, he died already. Fuck. I thought it was gonna last a little bit longer. If you ask me, I think this boss fight is really good, but I think they should have done it even better. I think that if you swap weapons, he should hear you, and I think if you reload, he should hear you. As it is right now, the only thing that makes him hear you is if you run or if you knock one of these chains. Ye Wolverine.
It's you. What happened down there?
Nothing. You were right about the animals, though. With me.
Okay.
You okay?
I'm fine. Well, for now. of this.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do.
What's that used for?
Well, it's just a replica. Only a couple of uses for it.
But we should grab one of these. That would be good shit. So like I was saying, the polearm was developed because, you know, the length of the handle
This artwork.
allows you to
Doesn't it look like it's telling some kind of story?
swing it faster. In the beginning, oh fuck, my thingy froze. No. Hold on. Alright, there we go. Wait, actually, hold on. Let me kill the app because it's being bitchy. In the beginning, like the first weapon was obviously the club, you know, like just a tree branch essentially. And then the first sword came about, it was really like a club that was embedded with teeth. Why didn't he tell her about the fight he had, or he thought it was not necessary? I think, yeah, they didn't fucking show me that. He didn't tell her about the fight probably to not like scare her, because she's just like, she's like 20, she's like a kid right now. So telling her something like that would probably frighten her more.
Guess you're right.
Obviously she can handle it, but like, you don't want someone to panic, because the more they panic, the worse decision-making skills they'll have. So the first sword was really like a club that was embedded with teeth. And then, obviously, they made spears, like, in between clubs and swords. Like, flint head spears and stuff like that. I don't know. Really, I want to talk more about that during Dark Souls, because, like, it makes more sense. There's more weapons to show off there.
Hang on. This is the same room as before, isn't it? Guess we just circled around.
Oh shit, I could have just rang that one with my hand. I couldn't I think that's the right one right there. Bruh, it just straight up doesn't let you shoot it from these. It's fine.
Leon, what are you doing?
Don't even think about trying this yourself.
Me? As if.
bruh.
Hey, wait, Leon! Leon, are you kidding me? Jumping across chandeliers, seriously, who does that?
What are you, my mother?
In the original, you had to actually time the jump, but who cares? That's not really a big deal. I do want to go to the other part of this.
Where are you going?
Kick this down. Even just him jumping down in an area like this, like even besides him sending Ashley into random places, like there's no reason for you to jump down here. You might just be trapping yourself. Like if this was actually like locked with like a key requiring lock instead of just dead bolted. That would be pretty much... I mean, like, you could climb out, but you would have to climb out at that point. The thing I want to talk about with, like, the sword, it seems random if I just leave it fucking there. I'll say after this fucking dialogue.
Salutations, Mr. Kennedy. Are you ready to hand over the girl?
Not this guy again.
I've taken the liberty of preparing some entertainment for you. Without further ado, the gallant knight protects the princess fair.
That's not how you spell adieu. It's A-D-I-E-U. But anyway. It seems random that I bring up like the origin of like swords and primitive weapons and stuff like that, but it's relevant to what you asked me like why I would get more guns and stuff like that. It's because similar to like balances between caliber and barrel length, things have an odd way of becoming relevant again over time. Specifically in combat. So like swords were very good weapons for a long time, and then armor came about, and against armor they're not really that good because you can't really get through. Armor like chainmail, you can penetrate it, you can puncture it, but even then it is reduced in its effectiveness. So around the time of armor, they would use pole arms like that, the halberd, the big two-handed like axe with the spear on it as well. And they would use like other things like pikes, and pike is a type of spear and whatnot. So spears became relevant through that, and clubs actually made a return a little bit in the form of things like maces and hammers and stuff like that, like war hammers with like the pointy end on them, because previously clubs were pretty outclassed by swords, having like you can inflict a wound with less force if you have a sharpened edge, you know? But with the addition of armor, you could no longer do that because it's not gonna cut through the armor. So at that point, having something crushing that actually just kills the person inside of the armor without needing to penetrate it makes a lot more sense. And there's other instances as well. I'll tell you more about them after this. This is a difficult area. I think, what do we want to do? I'll get rid of these ones, I guess. Are you remembering what I told you with lining up the front sight post with the rear sight notch? You see how he does it with the rifle? It's the same concept. The sights look different, but it's the same concept that's being used.
Holy. Leon, they're here.
The entertainment. Next.
Leon, watch out!
Fuck.
Drop the girl.
Let's not use that right away. Fuck. Yeah.
Hey! Damn. One down.
Okay. Bye.
Give me a break already. Ashley! You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Shotguns are really powerful, but they don't have the power to like cut you in half like that. It would be pretty cool if they did though. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, my phone fucking fell asleep again. Alright. So we got rid of all of the ones on this floor. In the original, this one was way worse. It was so much worse.
Jesus, it's got teeth.
Okay. Alright, we go down there and then...
Spread out.
Got it.
There you go.
Come on.
Got it.
Bro, what the fuck? Did I die? No, bruh. I tried to parry it too. Okay, thank goodness it quick saved right here.
Sorry.
On me.
Okay.
It would be really good to at least grab like the shield. The shield's got spikes on it, so you could do a lot of stuff with that.
Watch out!
Hmm. What?
Leon, watch out!
Oh boy. I don't want to use that right now. Okay. Bruh, no. No. I thought we could survive like an arrow hit from that amount of health. I think it just saved again though. Blah blah blah. No it didn't. Fuck. That simplifies it a little bit.
You alright?
Yeah, no big deal. This should do the trick. Come on.
Is that everything? I think it is.
Nice shot.
Two mags left. Do we have frags? We have one frag.
Watch out!
Out of the... Sorry, must have slipped.
Fuck.
Anytime.
Last mag.
Ashley, you alright?
Yeah, thanks. Nice shot.
It'd be a nice room if it wasn't all like fucked up, you know? I don't know. Imagine like 30 of your friends in here. All the nice candles and seating and stuff like that. All it needs is like a big old projector screen right here, you know? And then you could like watch a movie on it.
Give me some space.
Okay,
What?
Come on.
okay.
It's not what I meant to press.
You gonna be okay?
Yeah, I got this.
I'll cover you. Don't stop.
I will in a sec. What?
Be careful.
Fuck. Fuck, I shot her, damn it, damn it. She moved too much. This is easier, actually, in real life, to fucking not shoot someone.
Hidden platform?
A little over the top, don't you think? Come on.
Hey.
You gonna be okay?
Yeah, I got this.
I'll cover you. Don't stop. Be careful.
Oh, I got no more health to fucking waste on this shit.
Hang in there. Ashley! Present for you. Come on.
Fuck me. His aim's all fucked up now. Nope. When his health gets low, he gets all fucked up when he tries to aim. That would be a nightmare to interact with that many people. Well, you don't have to actually interact with all of them, like, at the same time. You could just invite them over for, like, a movie night, you know? Everyone brings their partner or their friend or whatever, and then you're the mutual friend, and everyone gets to, like, chill. You'd be with me, and then they'd all hang out, and we'd all just, like, watch a movie, you know? Something like that.
A hidden platform?
A little over the top, don't you think? You gonna be okay?
Yeah, I got this.
I'll cover you! Don't stop! Give me a break already.
Now that one.
Be careful! Hang on! I've got you! Ashley!
Fuck. Yeah. It's not that bad yet. It's gonna be in a sec. Fuck.
Please stop.
I still don't have any fucking health.
I'm coming for you!
Gotta die. And I gotta use that.
Shit! Shit!
Fucking hell.
Okay, get back here! On me!
No prob.
You hurt?
I'm good, thanks.
I only died like 4 times. It's fine. The original was way worse because you had to go to this room that was a dead end, and there was enemies on the way, and then when you went out of the room, there was enemies on the way, so...
Come on.
Okay.
Hey, you sure you're good?
Yeah.
I really like this shotgun that he's got on his back, this one. But it's like in the $1,000 price range as well.
Looks like the right place.
Even though it's an old design, the reproductions are still
okay?
expensive.
I think so. Instead of worrying about her, worry about your own skin. Foolish little lamb. Temperance, child.
Wait! Shit.
You know it's bad when I just got a record for times damage and I still got hit 18 times. He's gonna, yeah.
Roost, come in. Things went to shit. We took refuge inside a castle, but I've just been separated from Baby Eagle.
You.
Roost, you're breaking up. Do you read me?
Or what? Chopper.
Damn it. So much for that.
If you're wondering, you probably aren't. But, I'll show you after we repair it, I guess, but this is an M9 bayonet. That's why it's got that big old hole in the guard. This one, this ring. You're supposed to attach it to the end of a rifle as a makeshift spear if someone ends up a little bit closer than you wanted them to be. The boot knife is just that. It's a boot knife. Usually, usually they're a little bit smaller than this, because they're really meant to not be, it's like if you have nothing else kind of knife. Or maybe you're somewhere where they frown upon knives, but you wear work boots, like steel-toed boots or something for your job, then it might be a good option. Usually they're smaller and thinner than this, though. I don't really like boot knives that much because they are really, really, really a last-ditch effort to provide yourself with the means of getting out of a sticky situation. Like, anything is better, pretty much. The location of them, the fact that you would have to reach down to your leg, like, it's not something you can do inconspicuously very much, and it's not something you can do, like, very, very fast. It's faster than having it in a backpack or a purse, but besides that, why did she run? I know, that's dumb.
Welcome.
It's
Got
plot
some
armor.
rare things on sale, stranger. I'll buy almost anything. Perfect. You're a real professional. Give that the care it deserves, mate. I don't always have this in stock, but don't worry. I offer repair services as well. A well-tuned weapon can make up for a lack of skill, friend.
We still can't get any more shit over there. Okay.
Well done. You've proven yourself reliable. Well then, what can I do you for? So, which weapon will you be giving a shine to? Give us a shout when you want to tune it up.
This one is a cool one. In real life it's called the VP-70, I believe. It was like the Glock before the Glock. It held a lot of ammo. The first Glock, the original Glock, was the 17, and it held 17 rounds. That's not the name. That's not the reason for the name Glock 17. But this one held 18, and it was also one of the first polymer pistols. It came before the Glock, in the same caliber too. But the reason it didn't catch on was because the trigger was really, really bad. The trigger, it's such a heavy pull that your hand actually gets tired. The Glock is known for having a bad trigger. Not like horrible, but like below average, below optimal, certainly. And that Matilda that he has, the VP-70, had like a trigger that's like 10 times worse. Not literally 10 times, like 3 times worse, maybe 4 times worse. It's heavy, and it's not. If you're holding that much ammo, and your trigger's that heavy, like, you can't actually make use of it, you know, like, you might as well have something with a lighter trigger that holds less, because you could still fire it faster, even if you have to, like, reload after 15, or after, you know, 14, 13. The bracelet, you can put gems on it, though. No, not that bracelet. The one that we sold was just a normal one. I'm pretty sure. It said for selling only, I'm pretty sure. The other bracelet you can. Let me think. What do we want to put away? I'll put this away because I don't need it right now. So this is what it normally would look like. That little T slot in the pommel that you're looking at, this upside down T. I'll turn it right side up. I'll try to. That is where there's a little like attachment point on the end of like an M16 or an M4, and that clips over it. It's got like a spring release thingy, and you put that inside the bracket, and you put the loop over the barrel. Trigger hard to pull. How much? Wait. As to why there's heavy triggers, um, the reason it was the reason they exist is typically because the trigger is doing something else, which there are not. When the trigger is about, I don't know how much pressure I can exert though talking about myself. It's heavy. You'd be able to pull it, but how many times? I don't know. Heavy triggers exist because usually the trigger is doing something else. And if it's doing, like on a revolver, on a modern revolver, um, not this one, but on a modern revolver, um, the cylinder rotates by pulling the trigger. And so you're not just firing the gun, but you're also rotating the chambers. And so the trigger pull inherently has to be longer and heavier to operate that mechanism. So you can tell this one isn't double action. That's what it's called when if the trigger is doing something like rotating the chambers or something else, It's called double action because the trigger is not just doing one thing, it's doing two things. When the trigger's only firing the the weapon, just like letting the hammer drop, that hammer is what you see on the back, right by the rear sight. It's got like a thumb stud on it. It's got like a little check ring on the top. You can see it. It's above and behind the trigger right there. When uh, when a weapon has a trigger that only releases the hammer to fire the weapon, it's called single action because it only does one thing. And then when it does more than that, then it's called double action. And you can tell this one is single action because the trigger is so far backwards. This would probably have a very nice, light, and crisp trigger where it's easy to be accurate with, very consistent, not difficult to pull. The harder it is to pull, it's not that you have to be like a muscle guy to pull it specifically. Obviously, you do have to have some strength the heavier it is. But the bigger thing is that when you pull a heavy trigger, you're trying to keep the hold on. You're trying to keep the sights aligned. I don't know if I could do this here. You're trying to keep the sights aligned relatively. Sort of like this, not perfectly, but you know, I sent you a picture of what they look like properly. And when you pull a trigger that's like really heavy, you are going to likely misalign the sights because of how much you have to squeeze your hand to do that. And then obviously when the trigger breaks, like when the weapon actually fires, all that pressure is going to be relieved. So the heavier the trigger is, the more likely you are to misalign your sights at the moment of firing and miss, or hit an area that you didn't intend for. Maybe not miss the target completely, but hit an area that was less vital or something. The reason
Welcome. What can I interest you in?
the reason this one has a heavy trigger is not actually
What's
because of
that?
the
How
mechanism.
have we procured
I mean,
these
it is because of the
curiosities?
it's because of the mechanism,
Don't wanna know,
but it's not rotating any chambers. You'll notice that it's not a revolver, so it doesn't rotate any chambers. But it was made to specifically be heavy because it was designed to be issued to police in Germany, and they thought at the time that having a heavy trigger would lead to more discrepancy when pulling the trigger on a person, you know,
You
like
have a ticket, do ya? Nice. Choose a weapon,
um
stranger.
they
And I'll
thought
make you see.
that having a heavy trigger would make police officers think a lot more before pulling it. There would be less like accidentally, oh, I got scared and I put pressure on it. But in reality, none of that makes sense because you are responsible. It doesn't matter. There's no excuse of, oh, the trigger was light and I accidentally fired into someone who was not actually attacking me because I got scared. That's not an excuse at all. And it's very simply avoided by having some trigger discipline. That's what we call when you make sure that your finger is away from the trigger until you're absolutely ready to fire. Like,
Time is money, mate.
you don't rest your finger on the trigger while you're just deciding whether this person is like gonna attack you or not. You have it off of the trigger until you're sure that you're gonna have to use that weapon, you know? Let me think. What do we want? think we want this one.
So that's your move. You're an artist. Don't get yourself killed now.
Anyway, we continue with the story. It's a cool one. I really would like if they made a reproduction with a better trigger, because if they took that stuff out, if they just made it a normal trigger without any of that silliness to try and make it quasi safer, even though it's not actually safer, I think it would be a really good one. It had a lot of benefits over the Glock 17. Things that I could explain, but I don't want to overwhelm you with information that is hard to visualize, hard to give you an example of. It won't really make a ton of sense. But it was cool.
This is messed up. It's locked.
Alright. So... Hmm. 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 Okay. Hopefully I don't die here. I don't really know exactly what we should do. Essentially, we need his thing. This thing. He's holding it. That red scepter thingy. It has to go. The lantern part of it has to go here.
Gloria a las plagas! Gloria a las plagas!
Is he doing this? Sorry to interrupt.
Jesus, my head.
Fuck. Okay. Well... That is good advice. I didn't pass below a hanging enemy, though. Thank you. I would never do that. Anyway. Essentially... If we drop that chandelier, it kills a couple of them, but, like, it's kind of complicated.
Sorry to interrupt. What the hell is happening?
I don't think I hit anyone with that. Lamentably. Bro, what the fuck? Pull it together, Leon. Oh my god. Will you fucking quit being a bitch for a second? Oh shit. You know what? Oh my fucking god, they're so annoying. Okay, now we're out. Yeah, boy. Can't make a flashbang? Oh, we can. We should have made that maybe 3 grenades ago. Maybe 2.
Present for you.
Hmm. think that's everything. Pretty sure. Yeah. Should be. Fuck. What the fuck? We missed that. I have to go get that real quick because we don't have that much ammo. I got 2 mags left. One's in the gun. So. Alright. That was it, right? Nope, 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 that was not it. Alright. Now we got like 2.5.
You can stop right there, Leon. Wouldn't make me use this, would you?
Well, after 6 years, that is one hell of a greeting, Ada.
You don't seem surprised. Interesting.
Try using knives next time. Better for close encounters.
Not a bad move. Very smooth.
So who are you working for this time?
Oh, Leon. You know I don't work in town. Leave the girl. She's lost no matter what. You walk away now, and who knows? Maybe you'll live to meet me again. And then I might get you that greeting you were looking for.
You think I'm gonna give up that easy?
Right. How about we continue this discussion another time?
Last person I thought I'd run to here.
I don't know about you, but I really, and I don't mean to shit on anyone's work, but I'm not saying she's a bad voice actor. I'm just saying she shouldn't be voice acting for Ada. Like, the lines are just so out of place. They're so dry. She's like, not a bad move. And so smooth. Like, what the fuck? Obviously, I'm not a good voice actor, but again, I'm not saying she's bad, I just don't think she's suitable for Ada. I don't think her voice fits the character at all. Without getting personal, it almost doesn't sound like she tried, but like, it is what it is, right? Like, I'll assume that she did. We'll be nice and stuff.
Looks like Trick door. That should do it.
Oh, I didn't get my thing. Oh, I can't get it? Is that what this is? I don't understand. I shot it down with... Okay, whatever. I guess we lost that one.
All right. Need to find Ashley.
You don't want me to read that, do you? Sorry. Hear the signal echo through the mountains. Rocks become gravel, and the castle walls crumble. Behold the crimson shade of the night sky. A river of tainted blood befouls the sea. Sacrifice your life and the blood of your enemy. Atone for your ancient sins. Wiggly.
Oh, great.
Arachnoids. I'm gonna use that here because I don't want to go all the way back. Actually, wait a sec. No, we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do that. There's one over here in this area over here. I'm pretty sure there's one.
Christ!
The fuck? Stop. All right.
Gun rhymes with fun for a reason, stranger. Welcome. Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger. Thank you.
If it doesn't have those slots underneath the name, then it can't accept stones.
I'll
That's
buy
the one I
almost
sold
come
didn't have slots under it, I'm pretty sure.
back. Any welcome. A deal well struck. Good as new. That's good work, if I do say so myself. Will that be your pleasant travels?
I don't think we have to save there. Yeah, auto save just now when we walked through this gate.
Oh, dear Mr. Kennedy. You appear to have lost two companions.
said meeting you once was enough.
How convenient, as I was growing tired of the modern Dutch. Let us play this game of ours in true Salazar fashion.
Oh, you were expecting me.
Okay. Oh, okay then. I thought that was gonna heal me. Alright. That wasn't so bad. A grenade would have been better.
Next.
This one is like a pike. This one on the end. And this one, to be honest. I don't know which one is more pike-like. This one is a halberd. This one with the... It's like a spear with an axe on one side. And a pointy hammer on the other side. Like a pick. And then this one is a bident. It's like a trident, but only two. Same with this one, and then yeah, they're all nice. If you took one, it would save a lot of ammo, but he doesn't want to do that. I don't know. Bruh.
Out of the way.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. If we drop down here, we could go get this thing. Sometimes, if all you can see is the arm, it's better to shoot the arm. but it does depend on what you're doing. Like, if your aim is to preserve stealth, then don't shoot people in the arm. Wait for a better shot. A shot at a better target, that is. No, you cannot suplex people on stairs. That defeats the point of the suplex. The idea is to grab them below the waist, hoist them up with, like, essentially lowering your center of gravity and pivoting them over your now lower center of gravity. And if the ground behind you is lower, then it doesn't really work, because yeah, you'll be able to do it, but the idea of it is kinda to, like, hit their head onto the ground. Fuck. The idea of it is to hit their head on the ground with their entire body weight and break their neck. As well as a bit of your body weight, because you're kind of falling backwards with them. So if you like, if he falls backwards onto these stairs, his head's not gonna hit the ground at the right point. Like, you don't want to hit your head with his body underneath you. That'll break your neck instead. Or, not body underneath you, but his body over top of you. So essentially what this is drawing his fire. Obviously it's not exactly what we think of as fire, but we're drawing him, we're baiting him into attacking us, and then I'm going behind the other enemies there, behind the wall and behind the other enemies. to kill them. Fuck. I almost got behind cover. There's no way you would survive that either, by the way. Each of those little rocks that are like the size of his head probably weigh like more than a bowling ball. The body armor he has on is like level 2 body armor. It's not... it's not meant to protect very much at all. What the fuck? He didn't even... he wasn't affected by that. Let's just use this and we'll probably be... yeah, he straight up isn't even getting hit by that.
Not bad, right?
There's no way these would protect you either, by the way. Not that you couldn't figure that out on your own, I'm sure, but... That's what would happen to you, pretty much. I think we forgot something down there, to be honest. It's fine now.
Yes. Cannon. Hope it works.
Ahí está.
Also, cannons are not held by springs, really. Like, they didn't have any... Nothing like this. I don't... it certainly isn't medieval. If it's held... I don't know why they added springs at all to this. Because if it's held by the weight of the rocks in the cages that we keep breaking down, then it doesn't need to be held by a spring. You know? It's just on a... It's like on a balance scale. You know? Like a pulley. Where one end is the rocks and the other end is the cannon. So I have no idea why they chose to like design it like that.
Get ready. Adios, you son of a bitch. All right, open for traffic.
It would probably take you like a whole minute to reload a cannon. If you had like all the supplies there next to you. Cannons don't have cartridges, they're muzzle loaders. You have to load them from the front. You have to shove it all the way back down the barrel, like, from the front side. Instead of it from the back side. Did we miss something? Maybe we got it. It's fine with
Sorry,
me.
I've had my fill of you guys. Ashley, where are you?
Let's stay back. I'm so scared. When that happened, I wasn't myself anymore. I was something else.
She must have been terrifying. I know.
You too?
It's okay to be afraid, you know. But you can't run. You gotta keep moving forward. We will beat this. Together.
I don't know if I can.
You can. Just give me a heads up before you stab me next time, okay?
Leon, thanks.
Luis, where are you?
Sorry, I screwed up. Come to my rescue, Prince Charming.
I'll show you charming, pal.
Come on. I'm in the ballroom past the courtyard. Don't be late to the dance.
Can't believe that guy.
He's in trouble. We can't just leave him, right?
We won't leave him. You're cute. You probably remember this part. I actually I like a lot of the stuff. But I like specifically how, like, these little candelabras thingies. It would be a nice courtyard. So you think? Before it released, I was told that this part would be like pitch black dark, and that Ada would help you with like a flashlight or something to navigate, which I am kind of disappointed that it's not like that. I thought that would have been more intense. But
Hey, look!
it's still
The bar's
very
been
memorable.
lowered.
I do think that this maze is a lot less mazy, given that they grant you a map. It's not like it shows everything on it, but I think it would have been fine if they just left the actual hedges out of this. If it was just like, if it was like essentially just a big square and they showed you like where items and stuff are on the ground that you passed, but not, they didn't show like the hedge walls and stuff. I think that would have been fine.
Keep your dogs on a leash, people.
Oh shit.
Break already.
It's so pretty. We used to have a garden in our old house. I never went there and I hated it. It was stressing me, but now it's my aunt and mom, so we settled for something less big. Stressing me cause my aunt let my cat out no matter how many times I told her not to. That's nice. When I was a kid, she's so fragile and gets sick easily. When I was a kid, we had like a long backyard, and it was, I don't know. It wasn't anything like this specifically, but
Keep coming.
it's, I don't know. There was a small garden. It's nice to have some outdoor space. If I, you know, if I'm so lucky to get a house someday after all this stuff is over, it would be nice to have like a little, like a patio area, you know, like this, where it's like paved so that there's like less mosquitoes and stuff like that. Don't have to worry about those hiding in the grass and whatnot. It would be really nice. And if I could have it like lit up with like little tiki torches kinds of things. You reminded me of a movie when you said Maisie. The last Mimsy or Mimsy could be. It's a good one, Maze. I don't know that one. I thought you were gonna say Maze Runner. I did not see that, but someone told me that it was entertaining. Okay, well, they broke that down pretty fast. So like when you're trying to make something secure, when you're trying to check it for potential threats or suspected threats, he doesn't know that someone isn't waiting around this hedge. And I know you're falling asleep a little bit, so you're not paying attention. I'll tell it to you again another time as well. But someone could be waiting like this with like a knife ready to like stab him or something, inflict a mortal wound. Even if he doesn't die immediately, he will die without medical attention, and that's important. That's the critical point for most people. It's not whether you die immediately, it's whether or not you die eventually, you succumb to your wounds, and whether or not you win that fight, pretty much. So, like, if someone cuts your hand, you're less likely to win the fight. It's like, imagine yourself starting over from square one with one hand, you know, like, you're just less likely to win at that point. Anyway, though. Before he turns this corner, you can see in third person, but from his point of view, he cannot see around this hedge. So you don't want to be up close to the hedge when you're checking it. You don't want to, like, be, like, up close trying to, like, see like this and like look around it, like stick your head out and stuff like that. If you're checking around a corner, you want to be as far away from the corner as possible, and then, you know, look for any signs of a person. You know, like you see his like arm or shoulder sticking out, you see a shoe maybe around like there, and then if you see a person there and that person is not on your team, and that person is not otherwise authorized to be there, you don't continue to go this way unless you have to. If you see a person there, if you see a shadow, let's say there's a light over here, the candle, if you saw his shadow, you got to like here and you saw a head on shoulders right here. You don't continue further this way, and I know that seems like self-explanatory, that seems like common sense. But understand this. I'm not telling you to run away, and I'm not telling you to like
Stay back!
Hang
oh
on.
my god. If she would quit circling around me. I'm not telling you to run away specifically. The point of this is that if you have to go ahead, then you can. If you have to be over there, like if I'm somewhere and you're going down the hallway to the children's bedroom because you heard glass breaking and you have to get there. The children's bedroom is over there or something, and you have to cross this point. if you see a head on shoulders here, and you know absolutely for sure 100% this is just the closet, this is not a bedroom, there's no bedroom behind it, then you can just straight up shoot through this wall and kill him without seeing, if you know it's someone who's not supposed to be there in any way, and you're not gonna hit anyone innocent, anyone you don't want to hit on the other side. You can just shoot right here. Obviously, if you can't penetrate this wall for some reason, if it's not like a normal wall, or if it's like if you're in like a, I don't know, some sort of warehouse building where they have like thick ass walls, like concrete cinder block walls, then you see his shadow right here, and then try and shoot whatever you can first. Don't wait to see his eyes. Don't wait to see if he's holding a weapon. If you know he's not supposed to be there, and you have, like, 100% you are dead certain that this person is, like, is there essentially to, like, kill you or hurt you or do something else crazy that you can't tell what he's gonna do. You just try and shoot him, like, as soon as you can. Whatever you see first. If you see shoulder, shoot him in the shoulder. If you see his toes, shoot him in his toes. A lot of people, I say this because, like, a lot of people, as soon as they get guns,
Okay.
they think that they're super high speed, they're gonna just, blast through everyone, they're gonna check things super fast, they're gonna go like, ooh, and they're gonna know, and then they think that they're, like, invincible, essentially. They don't literally think that, but they act like they are, they have this, they get complacent with their abilities. They think that they're just gonna run in here and boom, 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 but you're not gonna do that. If someone's already ready for you and they hear you running down this way, they're just gonna kill you. And it doesn't matter how many years you've trained, it doesn't matter how proficient you are, it doesn't matter how accurate you are. If they're ready for you and you're making all that noise and you're not taking it a wise approach to it, they're just gonna kill you. And it's all gonna be for nothing, which is really unfortunate.
Ashley.
Okay.
Similar to what we talked about with being gentle and information processing, like taking time to, like, come to realizations about things, you have to, when you're working in, like,
Be careful.
when you're, doing some community service, or maybe service for yourself, you have to move at the speed that you personally can process information. So if you're a little bit panicking, obviously you train so that you don't panic so much when it comes down to it. But if you're panicking and you're second guessing yourself, take a step back behind cover, take a deep breath, and go slowly. Make sure you don't have to double take. Make sure you don't, like, look at this corner and then look away too fast, because there ends up being a guy there or something, What the fuck? Okay, then. Anyway. You gotta move at the speed that you are capable of. If you go faster than that, you're gonna wind up in a bad situation. If you go slower than that, you might wind up in a bad situation as well if you're taking just too long. But err on the side of caution. It's typically easier to to remedy going too slow. And it's typically lower risk than going too fast and missing, or like whether that means missing a threat or literally shooting and missing the target because you went too fast and you like you swung your sights way off to the left or right or something, you know.
Hold on, I'll take care of him.
Thanks.
Get back here.
Leon, Phil!
Do you see how he's holding the handgun right now? You see how his elbows are
I'm fine.
bent and he's keeping the pistol closer to his body than normal? Like if I aim out, he'll go back to normal. See how he outstretches his arms now? His elbows are still bent, but they're not like as bent as they were. He does that when enemies get too close to him and he aims still. Now when people get really, really close to you, you don't have to aim very much. It's important to practice being able to point shoot, which means being able to aim with your body. Like just with like the position. Oh shit, okay. To aim with like just the orientation of your body, like the orientation of your hand in relation to your eye, to aim naturally, essentially. Like catching a ball or doing something behind your back or doing something without looking at it. It's very, very similar to that.
Ballroom must be this way.
Now, obviously, you don't want to do that for anything that's, like, far away, because you can't really trust that with great precision to like, any distances. But if someone's, like, from here, from Leon to Ashley, you shouldn't have to aim with any other device other than your hand, essentially. Your wrist, your finger. It's essentially like pointing, you know? If you can point at someone without looking at them, then you can shoot them without looking at them at that point. But when someone's real close to you, if you outstretch your arms and stuff, it becomes easy to disarm you. It becomes easy to take the gun away from you or point it away temporarily. That's what he did with Ada in the cutscene earlier. She was putting the gun too close to his back, and she had her arm outstretched, and he exploited that and took it away from her and had her under threat of a knife. So if you keep the pistol close to you and you try to keep your enemies away from you, like, don't, like, you know, put it right up to them and give them the opportunity to push it away, then you'll be the most successful and reliable when it comes to like very close quarters kinds of things. And that's typically where most people lack. Either they lack it because they think that they're just gonna do it on their own, like they think they're just gonna like improvise or whatever, or they just straight up don't think it's a plausible situation. They think that, oh, I own 40 acres in the heart of Texas. No one's ever gonna come within 500 meters from me without me putting a hole through them. Good luck, you know, like maybe you do get lucky, but maybe you don't. Maybe you fucking don't. And you just don't know. So you should always be like well-rounded in terms of your training as much as you can be. People have weaknesses and people have strong suits. It's completely okay to like try and make the most of like your strengths, but you don't want to leave your weaknesses completely like untouched, you know, like if you're bad at something, that's what the training's for. It's to get better. It's not to boast about it. It's not to act tough or anything. You're practicing so that you can improve yourself.
I've got some new items in stock. Come take a look.
This is what we needed earlier.
It's locked.
The again, I'll tell you all about it another time. But the more I expose you to ideas early on,
Statue of some snakes.
the more it'll be familiar to you. And building familiarity is really the essence of what it means to
Eat here?
master
No,
something.
thanks.
You know, like familiarity and family have a lot in common in terms of etymology. That's what it's all about. But
So, you do a lot of missions like this?
Well, yeah. But I'm not used to having such good company.
Is that a compliment?
Take it however you want.
why is she so ditzy? Obviously that is a compliment. Let's see. Spoon, fork, empty plate, this thing, 2 knives. Spoon, fork, empty plate, 2 knives. Spoon, fork, empty plate, 2 knives.
Have a seat.
Got it.
bread, booze, 3 knives, 2 forks. Bread.
Leon!
Looks like we figured it out.
Obviously, it's not gonna sink in all today. It's not all gonna make 100% sense. But in time, I'll bring it up again, and you'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember when you said that. I remember when you did this. Or maybe you might even think about it in your off time and piece it together yourself. Either way, I'll revisit it, even if you do think about it on your own. But it's just the first step. The introduction,
Take a look.
and
Something's
then
bound to catch your eye.
afterwards, the in-depth explanation.
Welcome. I got something new for you. Better to be over-prepared, am I right? See how that feels, mate. That's good work, if I do say so myself. Your weapons are in good hands. Try that on for size. If you want a fighting chance out there, you best tune up your kit. This kind of work is about finesse, stranger. Little bit goes a long way. You'll see. A well-tuned weapon can make up for a lack of skill, friend. Try that on for size. Molding a weapon to suit your specific needs. Oh, it's a thing of beauty, isn't it?
Did you fall asleep yet?
Not seen anything you like, stranger? Dazzled, are you? Our craftsmanship demands no less. Will that be all, then? What's that? How have we procured these curiosities? You don't want to... Thank you. Don't get yourself killed now.
Zainaby, did you fall asleep?
Congratulations! I've prepared a new game for you. I
That's a really bad one. I don't know why that's a rare one. I You shouldn't be selling ammo typically.
I have some new goods that might interest you.
Alright, I think you've been asleep for a minute after I was talking during the courtyard part and all that.
Gun rhymes with fun for a reason, stranger.
Yeah, I think I'll just save here, because I was gonna go get that, but I don't really remember
Why not treat yourself, mate?
It's somewhere in this area. I don't think it's that close. I think we have to progress a little bit. Anyway, I'll save it here. I hope you're sleeping well. I'm glad we got to stream earlier in the day as well, not just late at night. Anyway, I love you.